Howdy folks, Indestructicon here with another build video. This week we'll be looking at one of my Zane builds. And before we get into that, I would just like to say thank you to all of you guys who are checking out the channel and subscribing and leaving comments. It's just great. Like I said before, I work full-time. I just do these in my time off and weekends and stuff like that. So I just really appreciate it. It's really great to see some of the response I got, and it's been great. Another quick thing I want to address real quick is I am playing on a PS4 Pro, so I do not have the capabilities to offer up my save files on Discord or anything, and I apologize for that. Maybe that'll change in the future, but for right now, that's just how it is. I am farming and grinding out all this gear and weapons and iridium just like everyone else, so to me, that's part of the fun of the game. Not against anyone who downloads builds and files. I think that's great. For me, I don't know. It's kind of a love-hate thing with the grind. I kind of like it. I kind of like getting all the pieces and putting something together. So, and just one more thing here before we get to the build is I know not everyone has all the DLC or the extra skill tree or access to some of the gear. So I do have some base game and free DLC builds coming up because, I don't know, I think it'd be cool to try to get some top tier base game builds going. And, I want everyone to be able to enjoy these videos and enjoy the game. So, alright, with that all being said, let's get into the build here real quick. This is not a super crazy Zane build, but it is incredibly fast and efficient. As you can see from the intro video, it's a lot of fun. So we will just get into it here. We have 5 points in Man of Focus. We have 5 points in Headsman's Hand. We have 5 points in Commitment. We have 5 points in Domino Effect. We have 2 points in Sheer Will. We have 3 points in Eraser, which is not always the easiest to get this to pop off, but when you do, it's incredibly powerful. Kind of changes up your gameplay a little bit, trying to line up shots that go through people. So very powerful skill. And then we have our man Flint, the capstone here. Now this is a critical hit Zane build, and you do want to be aiming down the sights as most of the time if you can. And I know that takes a little bit of getting used to if you don't play that way, but you'll pick it up real quick. In our blue tree, we have 5 points in Violent Speed. We have 5 points in Violent Momentum. We have 4 points in Salvation. This is incredibly powerful, especially when you see the gear we're using. This is kind of a butcher-based build. So if you're squeezing that trigger, your life gain's very powerful and you're very survivable. We have 1 point in Seeing Red. We have... Let's see, we have 4 points here in Violent Violence. 2 points are from our class mod. And here we have 3 points in Playing Dirty, also with 2 points from our class mod. We have 3 points in Good Misfortune. This is an important one because this will interact with our, let's see here, Seeing Dead, which, sorry, excuse me, had a little bit of a brain fart there. Has a chance to automatically activate all of his kill skills when he damages an enemy, just when you shoot things. So you will constantly be shooting things and constantly proccing this, which will keep your shield up, which we'll get to in a minute here. We have 1 point in Death Follows Close. In our orange tree, we don't have a lot of points here. We have 2 points in Synchronicity. We have 3 points, and I have such a hard time with some of these words, my stupid mush mouth here, with this one for some magazine size. And then we have 3 points in Donnybrook, and that's 1 point from our class mod. This is going to help with your health regeneration and gun damage, and all around Donnybrook's a good skill if you can work it in. And then in our green tree, we have our barrier, which is important, kind of part of this build. We have 3 points in Hardy Stock. We have 2 points in ready for action, and we have a whole 5 points into brain freeze. This is a pretty crucial part of the build, as we will be freezing everything, and we will be doing lots of critical hit stuff, so you'll be freezing and shattering all sorts of stuff. I also took all-rounder here, so you can run around and be protected from all sides. And I have nanites or some shite. You can also put in charged relay, either one of these, whatever you prefer, movement speed or health regen. And I forgot to go over in the purple tree here, we are using the Mantis shoulder cannon. This is going to let us proc everything all the time, and it's incredible. And with that, since we are ice-based in this build, we have colder shoulder, and we did take proliferation for the extra charges. Now let's get into our gear here real quick. Let's start with, I am going with the Revolter here. I know people have a love-hate thing with this shield. You can play around with other shields. Infernal Wish actually works really good with this build. This was giving me the most damage, and at the end of the day, I'm trying to put out the best builds I can, and this works great with this build, and you can proc it with the Mantis shoulder cannon. So pick yourself up one of these if you can. Failing that, go ahead and go with Infernal Wish, or even the Super Soldier works pretty good for fire rate and ammo regen. We are using, like I said before, the Seeing Dead. This is going to work really good with our skill tree and let us keep our shield up pretty much indefinitely. And I just like it. And I got a pretty good roll on this one. I got shotgun damage and Hyperion weapon damage. You can go with a company man here also. As you can see here, I also roll around with this Hyperion company man. I go back and forth on which one I like better. Again, just on time trials and boss takedowns, it seemed like I was getting a little more damage out of the Pearl. So I am using that currently. Your grenade does not matter. You can try to roll something on it on action skill end that could be beneficial, but your action skill really doesn't ever end on this, and you will be throwing no grenades, so you don't really have to worry about this. As for weapons, your main weapon is going to be the Butcher. This is excuse me, this is going to be our main gun here. I have the action skill as active roll on as many of these as I can. I don't think I have everything quite rolled up all the way, but you will be able to hold this trigger down a lot and keep firing. This will keep your health up, so let you get a lot of crits. Just a great weapon for this build. We also have a cash-infused reflux. This is good for just, of course, corrosive enemies, and helps with some mobbing. The light shows also work incredibly well with this build. This one is a crap roll, but it still does a lot of damage. So I'm carrying 2 light shows, a corrosive and an ice one. And that's it. That's all I got. You notice these are mostly, these are Hyperion weapons, which are my mains, which work with the Hyperion company man. You can take some other weapons if you want. One good thing about the Pearl is it lets you use other companies, so the light show seems to work incredibly well with this build, as do these. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys this week. There's the build. As you can see from the footage, it's pretty fun, it's pretty quick, and you can melt a lot of content in the game. As always, thank you guys again for watching. It means everything to me, and it's really appreciated. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I try to answer as many of them as I can. And that's all I got. You guys are fantastic, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers. Thanks.